If everything is still working fine, we're ready to work with the entry box. When the button is pressed, we want the button to call a function. The function will take what's written inside the entry box and put it in the list box. So let's create this function called, let's call it insert. Now we need to hook up the button command with this function insert. Command equals the insert. Now that we have the button hooked up, we're ready to write the function. You'll be surprised how easy it is to get what's inside the entry box. You first write the name of the entry box. In our case, the name of the entry box is ent, E-N-T. Then you write .get to get what's inside the entry box. It can't get easier than this. If you have never seen this convention before, get. In this case, it's called a method. You don't have to worry about what a method is for now. I will explain it when we get to object and classes. For now, just remember that this command will give you back what's inside the text box. We'll call this variable name. So if we print out name, it will correspond with what we write in the entry box. Maybe that doesn't make much sense. So let me run this program and you'll see what I mean. Now, if I insert my name into the entry box and press the button, you will notice that my name is printing out. When the button is pressed, the function goes and gets what's inside the entry box and then print it out, just like exactly what we wrote previously. So if I were to change the name to my sister's name, Shelly, and push the button, you see how now it's printing out Shelly. Okay, so instead of printing it out to the interpreter, I want to print it out directly into the list box. You would use a command very similar to the previous one. You first write down the name of the list box, then you add .insert. I want to insert it at the end of the list. And I want to insert the name. Notice that we have used another method. With this method, we're going to insert name into the end of the list. The first argument, the capital END, controls where you want to add into the list. The second argument controls what you want to add into the list. Let's try to run the program. Let's first add in my name, Che. Let's add the name of my cat, Pooh. Now let's add the name of the girl I had a crush on in high school. As you can see, each item is added at the end of the list. This is why we had n as one of our arguments. If instead we put 0, all the items will be added into the very first position. If we use 1, all the items will be added into the second position. If we use 2, all the items will be added into the third position. You can add a name into the list anywhere you want, depending on the number you choose. Try to play around and change the numbers, and you will quickly learn the difference. One last thing before we end the lecture for today. How do you delete the entry box? Once we have inserted a name, we want to empty it to insert the next name. You might be able to see the pattern. We're going to use another method. You start with the name of the entry box, in our case, ent. Now, you call the method by typing .delete from position 0 to the end. This will delete whatever is inside the entry box when you press the button. Let's try to run this program and see it for ourselves. If I put a random name like Mike, notice that the entry box is deleted as soon as I push the button. That's what the delete button does. Okay, so today we have learned how to create more padding between the widgets. By using pad X and pad Y, we can control spacing on all four sides of the widget. We also learn how to anchor the widget to the east or the west side of the window. Then we learn how to get the text from the text box and the entry box and put it into the list. For your homework, I want you to create 2 entry boxes. When you press the button, the function will take both results and print them into the list. The program should look something like this. An example code is included in this chapter folder. Hopefully it should be rather easy. So, this is all the time we have for today. This is